Okay. We are live. Hi, Jenny.
Hi everyone. Hi Susanna. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's been so long. It's been a long time.
Yeah, congratulations for your wedding.
Oh, thank you. So 4 months tomorrow. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Times go so fast.
Oh, I'm glad the video is back. I can see you smiling.
Yes. Hello everyone.
Well, hi everyone. We're gonna wait until more people join us, but we're here with Jenny, who is an expert tour guide. For years, she's led groups around the Lima area. And she's going to talk a little bit about how it's been, after all of the lockdown. She's doing tours again with groups, and she's going to tell us how that's been. And she's also done some of our virtual experiences. Actually, all of our virtual experiences in Lima, like Larco Museum, you did Pachacamac too, Lima downtown,
Downtown.
the historic center. So you'll tell us a little bit about that. So yeah, you're very knowledgeable. We love you. You did a Waka live with us. I remember, like the Waka.
Yes. It was I think my first experience
Yeah,
in a video like this. And well, let me tell you that for us, after pandemic, it was a difficult time because
yeah,
here in Peru everything is stopped, and when we start to guide again, it was like another world. I
right,
mean, using the double facial mask, it was difficult for all of us, and especially the tour guides. Imagine we have to talk in front of people, and
right.
imagine using double mask. It was a challenge.
Yeah,
At the beginning I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna breathe. I'm gonna die. But fortunately we can use like a little microphone,
oh,
and we don't have like a big groups, not like
right.
some months ago.
Yeah, and you do all the safety protocols.
Of course, every guide has to have 8 people maximum in the
Yeah,
group. Okay, we need to have like a bigger cars. We need to control the temperature of every
right,
guest at the beginning of the tour and at the end.
right.
Uh, and if we see something different, I mean, like a higher temperature, we have to inform to the travel agency. And
Right.
also the things in the museums change because they have to check how many people every tour guide has. They require, please don't be with other groups in the same gallery. So the idea is keep the social distance.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And no,
And
which is great.
yes, yes. And like a month ago, 2 months ago, it was compulsory to use the double facial mask and a facial shield,
Right.
which was like a very uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
now just the
Double.
mask,
Yeah.
double mask, right? So the regulations, they are changing like every month, every 15 days. But so far, if we have like a big group, 30 people, 40 people, we have to split them in
Right.
smaller groups. And yeah, we have to inform, or the agencies have to inform in advance to the museums at what time tour guides are going to arrive, how many people in the group, how many tour guides, and yeah, no, that's something that changed, and
Yeah,
it's
but
new for us.
right. But it's good because there's more order. You know you are safe because everything is checked and regulated. So that's great.
And in that function in every museum and in every archaeological site. For
Yeah.
example, in Pachacamac, they require a picture of your ID. If you are the tour guide, if you are the driver, the same. They require the passport number, everything about the guest. And yeah, I think that they check everything.
That's great.
And yeah, and if you have like a tour in downtown, the same, no? The
Yeah,
cathedral, Casaliaga, Saint Dominic Convent. Yeah.
that's awesome. And where are most of the tour, um, the travelers coming from that you're getting?
From Mexico, they are
Okay,
coming from Mexico. A lot of them from US
that's cool.
and Central America.
Yeah,
I think. Well, now it's the summer, so I
yeah.
think there
More,
are more people. More people. It's coming
and I'm
now.
sure you're happy to be back and doing.
Oh, of course, of course. I really miss my job, to be
Yeah,
in front of people. Doesn't matter the traffic. No, I was so happy. As I mentioned before, no, it was like, oh, wow, again here, again in the main square in front of the government palace. So it was really amazing for me. I almost cried the first.
awesome.
Yes, the first time, well, in my first tour
Yeah,
after COVID.
right. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing how long it's been since travelers could come, and now that they are, it's just, bring more. Like, let's keep it going. And the good thing
Yes,
is, I saw that you were vaccinated, right?
yes, I got my vaccine last June. Uh-huh.
So we're
And
doing that for the people in the tourism industry.
no, it's because I have arthritis,
Oh, right.
which is considered like a weird illness,
Okay. Yeah.
and that's why. No, but
Okay.
now the people over their 40s, so in 2 more days they're gonna get the vaccine. So I
Awesome.
think we say, or the government says that at the end of the year, all Peruvians are gonna get the vaccine. So
Let's hope
that's,
so.
yeah.
Let's hope so. Cool.
And yes, well, we don't have like hundreds of tourists walking around the main square, but we can see other tour guides now with their groups, small ones. By the way, because of the political issues, the square is not like really open to the public. We have to walk around. We cannot get to the center. We have to walk around because there is a lot of security, police, not just in case. But when I was there, it was okay. No problem with my guests.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about you coming back and doing tours in Lima, and then also about the virtual experiences that you've done for us. But let's do some travel questions. So we're
Mm-hmm.
doing these live chats every week, so people can ask anything about traveling to Peru. If you guys have more questions, put them in the comments, and we'll answer them. But we received a few via email. So the first one is from Christina, and she's asking about restrictions on how late people can be outside, Sunday lockdown. So that's been, every 15 days, the restrictions have changed region to region. I'm adding our article here where you can see the update. So until August 1st, Lima and Cusco were at high risk, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the curfew was midnight, so people can be out until midnight, and then midnight to 4 a.m. is the curfew. There was no Sunday lockdown, but at there's other regions where there still is some restrictions on Sundays, but you can see all the details in the article. But Jenny, tell us, like in Lima, the restrictions have been dwindling. There's, now people can stay out a little late. People have more
Yes,
freedom on Sundays, and it seems like things are coming back slowly, but
slowly, but for example, our tourists, they have now the opportunity to go to a restaurant to take a dinner, and they can stay like more hours, no?
right,
And then they can go back to hotel without problems. Even for the transfers, I mean, because we work in the tourism industry, we got like a permission, but it's not a problem if we arrive at midnight, because for the touristic cars it's okay. But just the idea to go out at night, it's nice, no? So in Lima we don't have problems.
Yeah, and there were, for example, Arequipa had a spike in cases, so there was a restriction there, but not anymore.
Mhm.
And Cusco the same. So slowly, the big tourist spots like Cusco, Lima, and Arequipa, there's a lot more things that are open and a lot more liberties. But again,
Yes.
double masking and the airport, and
The,
anywhere where there's like crowds, the double masking is necessary.
yes, and as I mentioned before, we don't have like thousands or hundreds of people like many 2 years ago. So it's easy to keep the distance, the
Right,
social distance inside of museums, outside.
right.
It's- yeah.
So our next question is from Danielle. And is there any requirement to do a layover in Peru if I'm traveling from Colombia to Sao Paulo? And unfortunately, still, you're unable to Brazilians and anyone traveling to Brazil is unable to come to Peru or leave Peru to go to Brazil. So a layover isn't possible. Definitely, check with your airline and or where you booked your ticket, because those flights aren't operating. But definitely check and see what alternatives you can do. Like we said, these restrictions change every 15 days. So in August, we'll have new restrictions. If the things have improved in Brazil and India and South Africa, that restriction might change, but it all depends on the situation in those countries.
Yes.
Yes. Um, and then the last question is from Sarah, and she and her husband will be traveling from El Salvador to Cusco in September. Should we expect any specific restrictions? And from San El Salvador, there are no specific restrictions. You can come, and you only need your PCR test 72 hours in advance of or prior to your Lima departure or your arrival, or the antigen test 24 hours prior.
Mhm.
And everyone has to fill out the health affidavit, which we have in our article with the COVID updates. You can do check the link and do the affidavit online. And Sarah, if you need any, advice or any bookings in Cusco, you can definitely contact us at yourfriends at livinginperu.com. But we're excited that you're coming in September.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I mean, this chat has been great because there are so many people that want to come to Peru, and we're just very excited that things are improving enough where more travelers are coming. And, people have been trying to stay alert to what's happening with the presidential election. We just found out this week that we do have a new president as of the 28th, but
Finally.
finally
Finally.
all, put to bed. We have the result, and we're hoping for the peaceful transition and that everything, turns out positive for Peru. That's all we want. And as long as it's peaceful, there should be no problem in terms of traveling to Peru.
And this is a special year because we are celebrating the bicentennial. So in downtown, we have a lot of things. I mean, they are restoring the monuments, they are repainting the facades, the balconies. So it's pretty. No, it's going to be pretty.
And there is no lockdown for the 28th, right?
No, no.
Which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one of the reasons we're excited to have introduced our virtual experiences is because of the bicentennial. We're just so there's a lot of reasons to be proud of Peru. There's a lot of reasons to love Peru. Not everything's perfect, and things, could definitely improve, and that's all we hope for. But there's a lot of reasons why people should come to Peru, learn about Peru, experience Peru. And because of the lockdown, they're and I mean not the lockdown, but the virus, it's been difficult to travel. And we wanted to give people the opportunity to learn about Peru from their homes. And Jenny, you were here from the start. You did a live, a virtual experience of Lima's wakas, and people loved it. And you helped us build our virtual experiences in Lima. You did,
Yes.
and you know so much, and your like specialty is archaeology.
So,
That you
no,
love.
that's the idea, no, to show you that Lima is not just the place that where we stop to take a flight to Cusco, no, because everybody says, oh, okay, in Lima is the airport and that's all. No, the idea is show you that we have a lot of attractions and not only related with the Spanish times, I mean, the colonial time. So we
Right.
have a lot of archaeological sites. We have a lot of interesting monuments. So that's why, I was preparing the virtual tours with pictures. And yes, the idea is show you the city, but in a different way. Normally during a tour, it's impossible to show you, or it's quite difficult to show you some pictures. But with the virtual experiences, you can see them, and you can enjoy. You can imagine how was Lima many years ago.
Yeah, and I love your experiences because you found so many photos of how it was in the past and all of the treasures that were uncovered. And like you said, Lima, people think it's busy, it's traffic, it's polluted, but there's so many hidden gems in Lima that people don't know about. And this is a great way to experience it without the chaos.
And of course, if we don't have like enough time to enjoy Lima, to visit all the huacas, don't worry. We have the virtual experiences. Of course, if you take a tour, we can show you some of them. But with virtual experiences, you can increase a little bit your knowledge. You can have a better idea about about
Right.
the things that I show you. I mean, well, monuments or archaeological sites.
Exactly. Hi, Billy. You agree that there's a lot to do in Lima. And yeah, so check out our virtual experiences. Jenny has done a tour of historic center. There's so much to see in the historic center, and the Larco Museum, which is now open. You do a virtual tour that has so many treasures, like so many archaeological finds. It's a fascinating museum.
And by the way, they open it and they have a new erotic gallery. So
That's coming. That's coming.
so that's gonna be another excuse
Yes,
to come to
coming
Lima.
coming soon, our virtual experience of that gallery, which I'm fascinated because, like, the knowledge that the pre-Columbian cultures had of, the body, the anatomy, and the connection with the. Oh my gosh, it's just fascinating.
Yes, yes. Our ancestors were amazing, not only working with ceramic. I mean, they were amazing trying to transmit their information, their stories, and their divinities. Huh? So,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, so that's why
Um,
I decided to prepare these virtual tours about different topics. I mean, but all of them in Lima.
yes. Maybe Jenny, so we have a question from Damian. About tours to the Solar Observatory in Chanquillo. Do you know anything about that?
Well, I know that some people are going, but now I don't know how the
Yeah.
which restrictions they have, if it is open. Well,
Well, we're gonna find out, Damian, for you for
uh-huh.
sure, because yeah, like you said, there isn't much information, but we're gonna ask Flavia and our other tour guides that we know and get that information to you because it sounds fascinating. That I've never been. Have you been,
No,
Jenny? No.
no,
It's fascinating
it's in my bucket list.
to do. Yes.
Hmm.
And he's coming in November, so that'll be cool. We'll get that information to you for sure. Um, And Jenny, you also did a virtual experience of Pachacamac, which is just a little bit
Hmm.
of the city. That's also a fascinating.
And I think in the future, a lot of our tourists are gonna visit Pachacamac because we will open a new museum. I think the next July 27th, I think one day before our independence, they will open the new museum.
Of this year or next year?
This year, this year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
So
international.
yeah, it's gonna be like a new national museum with bigger like the other ones that we have here in Lima. So it's gonna be a good opportunity to visit the museum, to visit the archaeological site Pachacamac because it's just in front of it. Mhm.
Amazing. Yeah, I
It-
definitely need to go there.
Yeah, so that's why in the future I think that we have to book Lima, yes or yes, and we have to spend not only one day,
Yeah,
please, please.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
And people stay in Lima for the food, which is amazing because yes,
Yeah,
there are wonderful restaurants, but there's also like a lot of outdoor areas too, which is great for this situation that we're in right now. Like Pachamama is out in the open air, and there's space for you to be like socially distanced.
yes, if we want to keep the social distance, or we have enough space in Pachacamac, and if we like the history, if we don't want to go like far, we can go to Miraflores. No, in Miraflores, it's the archaeological site of Huacapucana.
Right.
Uh-huh. In that place, also, we can keep the social distance.
Yes, all the wakas of Lima. And people can look at the video we did live on Facebook for all the knowledge on wakas that Jenny knows. And definitely, if you book a trip with us, you have our email, your friends at livinginperu.com. And after you see virtual experiences with Jenny, you can definitely come and do the tours with Jenny, which is awesome too. So you have that perk too. Um, Jenny, what else? Do you have any exciting tours coming up or any things you're looking forward to?
Well, I have some tours next week, and I'm so excited because of the celebrations of the bicentennial. So I think, well, it's something that very important in our history to be part of the history. It's amazing. So I'm quite excited, and I'm excited because every week we can see like more tourists coming, and I think it's gonna be it's gonna be better now the situation for all of us because the tourism industry is not the guides, just the guides. No, we have a lot of people working
Right.
in the tourism industry. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so happy.
I mean we're happy because the Inca Trail was closed for so long and now it's open, and that's another source of income for a lot of people in Cusco. So it's always great that things keep opening and everything is improving.
And now it's the best time to come to Peru because of weather.
Yeah,
Weather, well, in Lima it's winter, but in the mountains, up in the mountains, Cusco, Machu Picchu, Sacred Valley, it's amazing. It's not
yeah.
really cloudy. It's sunny. It's the best, I think, time to come to Peru.
Oh my gosh, I miss Cusco. Like seeing the sun. The sun is like it hits you, and it's so nice during the day. Like you can be in a t-shirt walking around, and it gets cool at night. But like it's so beautiful, Cusco, around this time. So it's definitely a
Yeah,
good.
the sky is blue and the mountains like in the background, it's amazing. So I miss Cusco. Here in Lima now it's cloudy, but it's okay.
Right.
No, it's okay. It's the opposite. If you come to Lima during our summer, there in the mountains it's completely different, it's raining. But if you come to Lima, to Peru during our winter, in the Andes, it's sunny.
Raining.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the opposite. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We have a question from Relate Music. Um, Best advice for solo traveler in Lima. The restrictions on Lima, they're in the article that I put in the comments. There's a curfew from midnight to 4 a.m. There's no lockdown on Sundays anymore. They're, double masking in crowded areas. Um, but like we said, people are able to do, you know, most things, and it really is a good time because there aren't a lot of travelers, aren't a lot of tourists, aren't a lot of crowds, and you'll be able to enjoy the more space wherever you go.
Yes, and now because we don't have like a lot of tourists, you can take nice pictures. Because normally when it's full, no, the places are full. Well, you take pictures and appear other people in your picture, but now no more.
That's
So
true.
I think it's a good time to come to Peru.
Yeah. And also, going off of the advice from Billy too, be safe. We always recommend that in Lima too. Go to areas where
Hmm.
um, that there are going to be that like that people, um, foreigners or travelers go often.
Yeah,
Um, that you can go to markets, you can go to fine restaurants, like all of that is available.
supermarkets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
um
touristic areas, well, if you are here in Lima, Miraflores, no, or you can
yeah,
walk without problems, Larco Avenue, Larcomar, the shopping mall, Kennedy Park, Inca Market. So yeah, it's okay. It's safe.
yeah, and you can also join Facebook groups. There's a lot of Facebook groups with travelers in Peru and in
Mm,
Lima specifically that'll help make friends and all of that.
yep.
uh, the weather in September, it's a little chilly in Lima. Yes, it's great now, it's winter, so it's a little chilly at night too because all of the houses are cement, so and there's no like centralized heat, so you
Yeah.
know bring like very warm PJs, um, and a coat and sweaters during the day, and you'll be fine.
Yes, here in Lima, temperature it's gonna be chilly until could be October, yeah, and then it's gonna be warmer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
um, and yeah, that's exciting. You're coming, and Billy is saying they should open up the catacombs. So the catacombs aren't open yet, Jenny?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes,
they
they
are.
are open.
Oh,
They're
amazing.
open. Yes, you can visit them. Yeah, without
Like,
problems. Hmm.
maybe you're saying that there are some catacombs that aren't available to visitors, like they're.
We have the catacombs in St. Francis Monastery
Mhm.
and in the cathedral, Lima's
Okay,
Cathedral. Yeah.
cool. Best restaurants. That's up for debate. There's a lot of amazing restaurants. I'm gonna share an article with you with some restaurant suggestions. We have a section on gastronomy on our site, so you can check those out. There are so many. I can't even. It depends on like there are great restaurants for every type of food too. So you're just gonna eat a lot.
Yes, there are people that come and they spend a week just
Like,
eating, just visiting the restaurants. Uh huh. Yeah, and it's not a joke. There are people that they
exactly.
take the culinary tours,
Yeah, we need.
visiting the markets, and they also are. They can prepare no the meals, the famous meals,
Yeah,
Peruvian meals with the chef.
exactly. So we have a virtual experience with our chef Ricardo Rivera, our friend. He would do live cooking classes with people with travelers in Lima. So that's also a possibility if you want to learn how to cook. You can also look at our videos on our site. But yeah, there are just so many great restaurants and always new ones too to discover. Great coffee places. I miss that so much. And also like street food, obviously also something to try, and yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, Lima
that
is it's the capital of gastronomy here in America, South America. So
was-
that's another excuse to spend more days here in Lima.
yeah. I'm just gonna put a couple articles, but like I said, we have many. It really depends on what type of food you want, where you want to go. Um, you're just gonna have a blast. Yeah. Okay, Jenny. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I'm so happy that we reconnected after so long.
Thank you so much, Susana. Thank you to all the team of traveling and living in Peru. And please don't lose the opportunity to come to Peru, to come to Lima, to visit my beautiful country. We're waiting for you.
Yes, awesome. And please check out Jenny's Lima virtual experiences that she prepared with a lot of love and a lot of knowledge. And you can check those out in the link that I just put through. And we'll see you soon. Let's do it again. Whenever
Yes.
you're okay. Well, thanks so much.
Okay.
And thanks, guys. We'll be back next week. Send us your questions and we'll talk soon.
Thank
Next week
you.
after the bicentennial. Maybe we should
Oh.
change the date of this so it goes on the bicentennial. That's a good idea. We're gonna do
Mhm.
that next week. We'll keep you guys updated.
Okay.
Well, bye guys. Bye, Jenny.
Bye bye. Bye bye.